Ladies and germs, I'm gonna show you guys how to make a Blueface type beat. We're gonna jump right into it.
He's gonna be about 35 feet! Oh my God!
I really hope that came out cool. So these types of beats are like becoming my favorite types of beats to make. I don't want to say they're simple because you do one thing wrong, the whole beat can kind of like sound out of whack. But if you get into like a rhythm quick enough, it's pretty fun. You can add like tons of layers to these beats and like they still sound good when rappers are on them. So yeah, anyways, first things first, these types of beats range from 98 to like 105 BPM. I think the most important part is definitely the bass line. So I'm just gonna play that for you right now. So what I did, I actually layered 3 different bass lines. Wait, what? 3 different sounds to give it that fatty, disgusting bass.
I couldn't think of any funny edits for this.
Sorry.
So this is the first one, high mid tone kind of thing. Really deep on this one. And then this one is like a ambient. Put them all together. These bass lines are typically referred to as saw bass sounds. I used retro machines through Native Instruments. A lot of like saturation and distortion, and it has like this like analog touch to it or whatever. That's a saw bass line. Then the next thing I went to was a bell. Mallet instruments are definitely used a lot in these types of beats. I personally like to use them as counter melodies rather than like the main melody. So this is what we got here.
What?
Sorry about that. That's like a big bouncy house up in this piece right now. So now going back to the bass line, I like to have a sound or an instrument following that same bass line. Typically, I like to use a higher octave piano. I think it complements it pretty well. This is what it sounds like. It's missing something. It needs some chords. Piano is heavily used in these types of beats. You can have like 2 chords and it can take you pretty far. But then with those chords, you can have a little fun with them, and I just added this. Here we go. Woo! Let me hear that again. Wait, what's that? Oh, baby girl, this is So we're almost at the drums, the last instrument piece. This is the cherry on top. This is like mandatory for West Coast beats in my opinion. And that's the lead. So I mean, you hear this in classic like Dr. Dre stuff in the 90s, all the way up to now through YG beats and whatnot. It's that just like real G-funk analog synth sound. And what I typically like to do, it depends. You can't do it all the time. Going back to the saw basses, if you go a higher octave, it usually gives you that type of sound that you're looking for. So if I were to use it for a bass line, it'd sound like this. But I go a bunch of different octaves up, and I got this. Not my best lead, but when you put it all together, you got a big storm coming. You got the sounds out of the way now. Now you just need to complement it. So with these, it's very rare to use like a snare or anything. Clap is definitely where it's at, like so. Classic right here. Yeah, you definitely want that clap roll. And to do that, you want to go to like 132 notes. And I just put four of them right before the last clap. And then I create a little bit of a ramp. And then you got this. So now with the hi-hats, it just depends. Sometimes hi-hats work on like a steady beat, but in this case, I wanted to give it like a more bounce. So it's kind of like this. Wrapping up here, this is actually kind of like some more secret sauce that I feel like people don't pay much attention to, and that's percussion sounds. So I'm gonna play just the percussions by itself with no metronome, and it's gonna sound like funky as hell when I put it together. It's gonna look good. Alright folks, the last thing, the kick drum. When it comes to the kick drum patterns, I like to give it like a very like unorthodox type of groove to it. I don't like to put kicks on the bass line notes. I like the bass line to just really breathe and be the highlight, and I like the kick to kind of just play off of it. So I'm just gonna play the kick and the bass line together and you'll get what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video and comment and all that bull.
You already know. Alright, bye.